All right, now we're looking in a pyramid with a square base. Squares are great because we know all the sides are the same length and they have right angles. So looking at my square base, I'm just going to go ahead straight away and draw that so that I have that off to my side. So that's almost square-like, 6 by 6. I'm going to label it W, X, Y, Z. Make that look a little bit more like a Y. Okay. Maybe I can make that look more like a Y. All right. So we know inside of squares we have right angles. We also know that the length of each edge from vertex to base is 8. So this is 8, this is 8. Notice that my face here is an isosceles triangle. So we have 8, 8. Down the middle is not 8. That's going to be a different length. And it's going to be smaller than 8 because that would be the hypotenuse. Sorry, the 8 would be the hypotenuse if I put in a line in the middle there. So we have multiple ways of solving this. It says to find the height. So if I'm going to find the height, what I'm looking for is the distance from P straight down to the middle. So down to my middle here. That's the height that I'm looking for. So I'm going to call that my, let's use a different letter. I'm going to call it A. So I'm looking for this. So I could use the line I was just showing. So I could make my triangle this way. That's one option. I could also connect, since I already know that this is 8, I could connect this way as well. And I also have a right angle here. So either way is going to work. I'm going to go with this one. So this part is half of my WY. So if I put in WY, I can find that using Pythagorean theorem. WY squared is 6 squared plus 6 squared. So WY is the square root of this answer, which is 72. Now, if I look at this triangle, so I'm going to put a point C there for the center. So looking at that triangle, I could call it P, C, Y. So CY is half of WY. So that's half of root 72. PY, well, that's one of my slants. So that's 8. And what I don't know is my height, which I had called A. So A squared plus half of root 72. And I'm squaring that whole thing, equals 8 squared. So I've got my calculator. So I'm going to do the whole thing, half root 72 squared. And I get 18. 8 squared is 64, so A squared plus 18 is 64. A squared is 64 minus 18. So then A is exactly the square root of 46, or approximately 6.78 centimeters. So there is my height. The angle between PY and the plane, the square. So now I'm looking for this angle here. So there's my angle theta. So now I'm going to use, I like A being the square root of 46. So I'm going to use opposite over hypotenuse. So sine of theta is square root of 46 divided by 8. So I do sine inverse of that. And I get my angle is approximately, so sine inverse of square root of 46 over 8 when I round to 3 significant figures, this causes my 9 to round up to 10, so I get 58.0. Okay.